My name is Laura Marks, and I'm a forest ecologist for the Nature Conservancy's Massachusetts chapter. And we are here in the Reed McBain Preserve in Middlefield, Massachusetts today in the Westfield River watershed. This is a preserve that TNC purchased a couple years ago, and it's set aside as a wildlife sanctuary. And we're here actually because it's a nice example of some of the ways that our forests are different now than they used to be in the past, and some of the ways that the Nature Conservancy is trying to get them back, kind of get some of those features that we lack back into our forests. So this is probably about an 80 to 100-year-old forest. A lot of the forests in this area are. And you can already start to see, because this area was actually really well taken care of by the landowners who owned it before. And it's sort of been allowed to some extent to be managed by nature. And so we're starting to see some things like this downed log here that used to be much more common in the area. And so this log looks to be a tree that probably died at some point, was standing for a while, and then has eventually, through wind or some other disturbance, has come down. And you can see that it's actually a little bit brighter around here, so it's opened up some light, and we've got some beech and some hemlock saplings and a couple other species coming back up into this area. So this is a pretty recent blowdown, but actually just behind us we can see what happens when you give, a couple decades and a little more time for the log to decay. And this is actually a much older log that's sort of becoming part of the soil surface. Even has some things growing on it. So here's a lycopodium sort of growing out of the log. And while when you're walking through the forest, sometimes this just seems, makes it seem a little bit messy. These are really things that are missing from our forest that used to be here. And so one of our goals in this area is just to give the forest a chance to have that cycle start again and have small saplings regenerating and some of the larger trees kind of dying and aging out.